Hey guys, it's Sonia. Watching somebody pull in the shop. It is what? Let's see. It's 2:18, and people are still on the go. I guess getting the last little bit of shopping in. Tomorrow, of course, being Thanksgiving, a lot of people are just out and about doing stuff. You know, there's tons of traffic. I'm pretty sure I just possibly heard like 2 cars get into an accident here. Actually, it was 3 cars. One was turning, the other 2 just like pooh, into each other. So that was great. The sound of metal, you know, so just when you think you're having a bad day, there could be somebody else out there who's having a much worse day, right? Hey, Cindy Cavell's on here. Oh my gosh, haven't seen you in forever, Cavell. How are you? So yeah, we are closed tomorrow. I'm working on my art today, having a good time here. Matt's doing the front desk, so it gives me a minute to just kind of pop on live, say hello to you. I'll show you what I'm working on today, and maybe you can tell me if you think of this as like a catastrophic fail. There ain't no way I'm painting these again, but I've kind of got 2 options at this point. So yesterday, do you remember that we, well, I showed you the little mini paintings that I picked up, right, when I was thrifting. Thank you, Cindy. I really appreciate that. So we were thrifting. We picked these up. And by the way, Cindy, where are you from? Let me know. What country are you from? Because I want to know. I might want to send something to you. So just for that, it kind of like jogged my memory. Like, yeah, you know what? I got Junk Monkey paint. We've got canvas paints. You know what? It's been a long time since we've done a giveaway, but I really appreciate you for sprinkling my video and to putting it out there. So thank you. So let me know if you're in the US. So here's what I did. I got these little thrifted frames. I love them. I'm a sucker for like old antique ornate sort of frames, that sort of thing. Hey Jose, how are ya? Deborah. And so anyway, this is what I painted, and I'll show you what went wrong. Okay, I've got to finish up the last of them. I think I decided that like this was the gold right here. Do you see that? How pretty is that? And I saw my mom is on here as well. Arkansas, very nice. Okay, Cindy. All right, I'm gonna need to make contact with you. I'm trying to think the best way to do that right now. Email me at junkmonkeypaint@gmail.com, and I'm going to send to you a free pack of our Junk Monkey acrylic canvas art paint set. It's 12 in a set, but I just really appreciate you organically, you know, sharing the love of a small business. So thank you. So yeah, this is an example. This was the one we did with the copper wax. This is the one with the gold. And I'm like, which one is it? I ended up literally putting some gold on top of here. Kind of like that two you know, shade look as well. But I will say that the gold was definitely like my heart. Okay. So I'll show you what the flowers look like. And then I'll show you where I went wrong. All right. Hey, CM, how are you? So I did this style here. We love. So pretty. I know, right? I love it. Paint what you love and you'll find other people. So I'm getting ready to relaunch my paint website come Friday publicly to everybody. And I'm working on some art and of course other things that I will have on there. So then I did some little, just like really pretty flowers. So those match. These remind me of, you know, okay, if you are a Super Mario person, do you remember Princess Peach? Those were, thank you, Cindy. She says, those are so cute. Isn't it fun to refurbish? Oh, I love it. One person's junk is my treasure. Okay. But who remembers on Super Mario, we would have like Princess Peach and she'd pull up the turnips and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? But there'd be these like power up flowers and stuff. Anyway, that kind of reminds me of these, but I did the little tiny, you know, so these are the power up plants. All right. So I did that, and then this, I'm playing like the game of sets right now. Is it Go Fish? And then I did these right here, 2 of these as well. So that's what? 2, 4, 6, 8. Ooh, do we appreciate? So we got that, and that was great because you know what? They all have a little hanger on the back, right? Actually, this one I'm kind of lucky with. All right. So here we go. We got this gorgeous little flower, all right? And all these sweet little frames. Well, they all have a little hook right here, the little sawtooth hook. We love that. Except when we get so excited to just paint the little squares, and we're doing 2 like style flowers at a time, and we paint all these little beautiful little flowers. And then at the very end, when we go in, like right now, to put the paint on the edge and you're turning them over and you're beginning to paint them, I forgot about the sawtooth hanger. So you see this one? The flower goes this way, okay? It would have, if you hung it on the wall, it's gonna look like that. This one, like I say, you can get away with it, or maybe I just painted it upright great because the hook's right there, right? Who's gonna know? How are they gonna know? So here's another one. Now this one, the hook is, I have it painted up right this way. When I turn it over, the hook is on the side, so you'd actually hang it up like this, which means that the flower would look like this. So I'm like, okay, so this is what I have to do, all right? These are the options. Either I take the hanger off the back, because we ain't repainting these little pretties. So we take the little sawtooth hanger off the back. We ain't putting it anywhere else because these might fall apart. We don't know how old they are, or I'm not getting into that. I love to DIY with paint. I do not love to DIY with power tools or anything. Don't even give me a screwdriver. I don't care. You know, I learned from my grandmother that a flat knife works just as well as a flat head screwdriver. I mean, I'm just not a tool kind of person, right? Juliana, how are you? Juliana, look what I did. I painted my flowers and I forgot how the hooks went on the back and I didn't check. So now I have flowers that if they're hung, they're going to look like this. What do you think? So do we take the hangers off and just make them canvases, and then they can be propped up against, you know, a place, or somebody finds a little mini, what do you call it? One of those little mini, what do you call those things? Easels, okay? Like that. You could do that. Or do I just let them go out on the website with the hooks in the weird places that they are on some of these and just call them my topsy-turvy plants? What is your vote? Because if you know, I sell something like this and they're like, why is the hanger in the back? You're going to need to know that, well, things happened, okay? Things happened, and so the topsy-turvy collection would end up being a collection of plants that may look in any particular direction on your wall, like this guy here. This guy here is another upside down one, okay? So they would be topsy-turvy, and then if you put them on your wall like that, it would be like, okay, I'm in the club of I don't need things to be perfect, and I also wanted to see. I was checking. That was a test, right? But who remembers the book called Wacky Wednesday? That was one of my favorite books, and I would read that thing over and over again, and you had to like look on the pages to find out on Wacky Wednesday like what was wrong, what was not right. Was there a painting upside down in the house, or I don't know, was somebody wearing one boot on, one boot off? Does anybody know that book? I need to find that book again. Mom, do we still have that book? Did you keep my book? That's why when your mom's on the lives, you can be like, Mom, do we still have that? Let me know. I love that book. So yeah, it just made me think of Wacky Wednesday. So if you were me, what would you do? Let them go as is and just kind of, it's what you call an Easter egg, you know what I mean? Or just take all the hangers off them and let them go without the hangers. What do you think? If you were me, which way would you go? Let me know what you're thinking, because yeah, like this one upside down. Oh my gosh. This one upside down. Somebody would come over to your house and be like, why do you have an upside down plant on your wall? Number one, don't ask questions if you don't know. You don't need to know the answer. But, you know, I was just checking. The other answer could be I was just checking. Or the other answer could be I'm just totally okay with imperfection. Or that was part of the collection. It was the topsy-turvy plant collection. And you know what? We just went with it, okay? So yeah. Now some people would be like, oh my gosh, I would never be able to hang that on my wall upside down, because I'm going to paint these gold. I have a few. And this is how I discovered it. I held these up to finish the frame painting portion. Sing it with me, we love gold. And I realized that the hanger was on the wrong section. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? So those are my options. Just take a screwdriver. Oh, Gil, make me take a screwdriver. And then I'm gonna have to find a small one because it's got like a tiny. Tell me if you don't like that. We just cannot be friends. We can't be friends if you don't like that. That's the gold. Is that not cool? Juliana says, hi, Aunt Sonia. I am doing good. Hope you are too. Yes, I am, my friend. I just painted my frames upside down, but other than that, life is good. And I'm going to eat turkey tomorrow. Lots of mashed potatoes. I posted a meme on my personal Facebook page, and it's a picture of this lady, and she's just like kayaking down over this big old pile of mashed potatoes and gravy. Me thinking about Thanksgiving. See, I like that much nicer than that, right? Love the gold. Love the gold. So what's everybody else getting into today? They still look beautiful. Oh, thank you. Do you want me to show you, Juliana? That's my niece from Canada. And let me show you. Let me show you what I've been working on, Juliana. Juliana is also an artist. When I go home, we get together and we always paint together. So, or we pick blueberries or something like that, huh, Juliana? So this is the one I recently did, and it says, it's okay to begin again. So you'll see that like the flowers that I did, they just really support, you know, what it is that I've painted here. They go with this, with the flow. So that's that one. And it is totally okay to begin again at any point because it is your life and you can do whatever you want, friends. That's the beautiful thing. And here's the other one that I did, Juliana. So it's just a pile of beautiful flowers and, you know, so fun. So that's what I've been enjoying doing. I think I have 4 different flower variations. And then I told you I love to paint on canvases for this reason. Like this is a thrift store find that we got recently and the art inside of it. So pick this up for $2.99. You cannot tell me where you can, oh, you love it? Thank you. Tell me where you can find frames like for less than $2.99 or $2.99 other than a thrift store, because what can you get for $2.99 today? Well, you can get a solid wood frame. I don't know if this is oak or what it is, but it's beautiful. Now the print inside of it is pretty faded. It's got a matte and it's pretty faded, and you know, it's just a very light palette color. I bought this though with the purpose of just pulling out the backing, and then if you do paint on canvases, then you can just take the glass out. Plus, if you tend to ship them and do art that way, then all you can do is, you know, you can put it in. The only thing is, I'm like, should I paint that wooden frame? Votes on should I paint that wooden frame? I might do a black one. Should I do a black frame? I feel like that would really be cool. You know, I love the shabbiness, the dark antique vibes. Yeah, that'd be good in a dark frame, huh? So that's what I'm working on today. Just added my words on. How's everybody else? I'm also out here trying to determine whether or not something is a scam or not. So I think I've been emailing a scammer. You know, and this is the time we live in right now. Now I will tell you that, like I said, my intuition is pretty darn good. And I am not a link clicker. Oh my gosh, it is so sad how, like, it's sad, it's scary. How well now scammers can replicate things to look so legit. And it's just maybe one little link at the bottom that ends up where you click it because you feel like it's, you know, it's legit. And then next thing you know, you don't have access to your Facebook page or something weird's going on and you've been hacked, or, you know, somehow your information has been transferred. And so anyway, I get a lot of that. I get so much stuff, just spam, and I don't even have my messenger turned. You know, I have over 150,000 followers on here, and let me tell you, when you are a bigger page, people will try, number one, they would love to get a hold of a page like that and then to put their own, whatever it is they want to do with your page, right? Like, I don't know, this will turn into a Bitcoin page or something. We don't know, digital currency. But there's just a lot of stuff out there that's really, really scammy. And anyhow, I get emails pretty much every day of people, companies, and I'm sure some are legit. I'm not interested in, can we sponsor? Would you like to do a paid sponsorship? Can I send you a free refrigerator? Will you share our bedding? Anything like that. And I've never, I've partnered with a few people, but people that made sense. Like, for example, as I say that I'm not a power tool person. In the past, I worked with Ryobi as being sponsored and things like that, right? But that was because I actually used the tools. Like, those were tools, and they let me pick whatever tools I want. And anyhow, that all worked out. But every single day I get, so that's why I turned off my messaging, because I'm like, I don't even want to go in there. It is the nastiest stuff that comes in. It is the most, like, if you open that, you are exposing yourself to a virus in many forms, whether mentally or physically on your computer, right? Like, it's not good. But anyhow, I had this one come in yesterday. And guys, we've been approached and have been working with a couple times now, television shows who found my content out there, reached out, and, a project gets so far into the works and then it just stalls, right? But we've been approached many times by television networks, and they're like, we love your personality. We love what you do. We love that you inspire people. You should have your own show. And we go down, we do the interviews, we do the Zoom interviews, we go through the process, and, we're doing all the stuff. So there are legit offers and things that will come to you if you are a creative entrepreneur and you put yourself out there, but there's also a lot of crap. Okay. Love that one. I love it. There's also a lot of crap, and you have to do the edges too. So I had this message come in yesterday, and it was for, same idea. We would love to include you in this big network thing. And, we would love for you to do a segment, and this is what we'd like you to do. And, and nowadays you have to be careful, because with things like Chat GPT and AI, people can go in and they can formulate emails and things that look really legit, right? But I can pretty much look at it and be like, that sounds really AI to me, so, or how much work did you actually put into this email? Or did you totally just make it, is it personalized? This one was, and I'm like, it's giving me vibes of like, this could be just, click my link, and next thing you know, somebody else is, on here, and they're not painting, let me tell you that. Well, anyhow, I wrote back and I said to Matt, I'm like, this just feels, I don't know if I believe it or not, but there are things that are real and opportunities that do come. I've been there, I've done that. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to open it up to see. I'm not going to click any links, but I'm going to open it, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to literally respond back. And so I said, sure, I'm interested. Tell me more. And they wrote back this morning, and with another email that was curated quite nice. In the meantime, I'm like searching every name, the name on the email. I'm already, but I'm like pulling up my browser, and I'm going separately, and I'm searching like this particular show, name of this national show, and I'm like looking for anything that makes sure that this all adds up. And it wasn't adding up for me. Part of it was, and part of it wasn't. And I'm like, spidey senses are tingling here. And so anyhow, they just wrote back, and they're like, yeah, we're so excited that you want to move forward. These are the dates. If you're interested, you can pick one, and we can go ahead and, we'll go ahead and set you up with that, and you can take that one, and we'll talk more about segments and, what to say during and all that sort of stuff. And then at the very bottom, it says, we will also pay you ahead of time as an honorarium, like an honorary thing to do. We'll pay you ahead of time. They wanted to pay me thousands of dollars, $4,000 to be honest. They want to pay me $4,000 ahead of time to do this segment, which that's literally, that is like, you're like, $4,000, is that legit? No, like literally. You can financially monetize what you're doing, and it can lead to very much, financial gain for you. If you're good at what you do. Absolutely. It's a career like anything else. So that wasn't the part, but the part that got me was they were like, so we can pay you ahead of time as an honorary thing. And, we can pay you with PayPal, Cash App. What's all the other ones? Venmo. I don't know. There's a couple other ones. And I'm like, see, this sounds good, but that part right there, because, okay, I have a professional background and I know that companies do not pay out with Cash App. Okay, so that's the part, right? PayPal possibly, depending, but definitely not any of that. And so I just wrote back. So I'm like, no, I don't believe you. See, I don't believe you. Meantime, I'm not clicking anything. But I wrote back a moment ago and I'm like, in order to proceed ahead, I will need a physical check mailed to me, addressed to me. And then once it is cashed and cleared, we can discuss more if you meet my demands. Also, I will need specific directions on how to find this potential proposed national show segment without the use of any links. I will not click on any links, but if you can give me directions, because I cannot find anything, as I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you understand that I'm on to you. I'm on to you. So that's what I'm up to today. Has anybody else gotten just... I'm sure you all get weird stuff in your email. Well, it's one thing when you are just a regular human. But when you have a business and you have a large following, especially, yeah, you will get the weirdest stuff. So I always say that if somebody really wants to get a hold of me, they're not going to message me through Messenger. If this is like a professional opportunity or legit, they're going to be okay with going to my website and sending a professional email. And I have had my Messenger turned off on my business page. If I said 7 years, I would not be lying. It's been a very, very long time, and I've never turned it back on. And nowadays, as it's harder and harder if you are on social media, because now it really is pay to play, right? I got this thing last night and it's like, we want you to have the verified check mark. Plans start at $15 to $44, up to $300, and then depending on the check mark that you pay per month, then that will dictate to you how much service you get. Like that's the world we live in, right? And so as it's harder and harder to have the algorithm show your stuff to people, then content creators have turned their messengers back on again, because they're trying to find a way to, like, oh my gosh, if I have engagement through DMs, DM me if you have a question, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. That is just the ploy to try to help their algorithm, but I am not that into it. I'm so sorry. If that works for you, boo, great, you keep doing it. But I am not interested in trying to work the system of being like, yeah, get in my DMs and then we can have a conversation from there, because you know what? Yeah, if that's what your strategy is, great. It's not mine, but, I just show up and do what I love, and I am what I am. But that's a whole strategy, because I do not want to open myself back up to all the other awful things that come. And when I say awful, I mean, it's not just people kind of trying to spam you, but it is like, if you can think it, that's what comes in through when you have a big business page. And therefore I choose not to kind of indulge with that, right? Oh, really, Bayla? Yeah. You get so many just requests, and you just got to use your feelers, right? Because you never know. You really never know. I'm gonna repaint this guy over here because I feel like he's the only one that I didn't copper, and the other thing is that if you paint with a wax, there is a curing time. Whereas if you use acrylic paint, then they asked on TikTok. Oh, yeah. You don't even say anymore. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's funny, but it's not funny. It's just the world we live in. And just like, we often heard in the past about how, and it's still a thing, like being street smart. But now we have to be literally online, virtually electronic street smart, because otherwise you will get yourself, you can get yourself into a mess, right? I started to say that I love the acrylics because it dries faster. So if you do a wax to do any frames, know that there's a curing time. It usually is 24 to 48 hours, sometimes up to 30 days, depending on the brand that you use. And so that's another reason why I love acrylic paints. All right. So yeah. All right, friends. So yeah, that's what's going on today. That's the story of my life today. Always a good story. I'll probably pop on again tomorrow with you guys. I've been doing lives daily here on my Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, you'll see me on my Sonia Miller channel on YouTube as well. Still over there too, doing what I do. All right. So yeah, I just had to decide now. Final answer. Even though I painted them topsy-turvy, should I just let them go like this? And then it will be real special, and you'll be like, that was the topsy-turvy collection. Or do I just pull them all off and you know, send them out like this? And then, you know, if I leave it on, it's the choice. If I take it off, then there is no choice. It just is what it is. So let me know what you think. So that's what I'm into today. And yeah, I'm going to go get washed up. I have found the most amazing chicken salad at Aldi's. They have one with cranberries and pecans into it. It is positively wonderful. And I've got some fresh bread, and I'm going to go make myself a nice chicken salad sandwich, maybe with a cold beverage. It's going to be wonderful. So tell me if you love the chicken salad. Matt is like absolutely beside himself that there's other options for chicken salad, including just plain, and that's what he likes. But here's a trick. If you get the one that you love, then your husband doesn't sneak it when he goes to the kitchen and makes himself a sandwich, and you're like, it's my chicken salad. It's my lifeline. I need it. All right, friends, make it awesome. I'll probably see you tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully you have a great holiday or just a great day in general. Whatever you celebrate, whatever you do, just have a good time. All right, friends. Bye.